All right, so are you ready to dive into a world where, like, charisma and controversy collide?
Always.
I, uh, I think this one is really going to be something special.
Yeah.
Yeah, today we're tackling someone who I find really fascinating,
Okay.
Sanela Diana Jenkins,
Yeah.
and trying to figure out if we can separate the visionary from the potential con artist. She's a multimillionaire, philanthropist, and entrepreneur who's also been, like, trailed by scandal and accusations. So is she genuinely changing the world, or is it all a carefully constructed facade?
It's a question that has really followed her through her, fascinating and often baffling journey.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're diving deep into her website, Wikipedia, news articles, even some reality TV deep dives
Good fun.
to try and answer that very question. Grifter or gifted?
Love it. Oh.
All right, let's start with her origin story. Born in Sarajevo, Diana's early life was marked by the brutal Bosnian War. Forced to flee her home as a refugee, she arrived in London with almost nothing. Imagine having to learn a new language while simultaneously, like, supporting your family back in Sarajevo.
Talk about a trial by fire. It really speaks volumes about her resilience and determination that she not only survived, but thrived.
Right.
She worked multiple jobs, eventually graduating from City University London with a degree in computer science and economics.
And then enter Roger Jenkins, a prominent banker at Barclays, who she would go on to marry. This catapulted her into a world of unimaginable wealth and social circles that included Elton John and Cindy Crawford. But that same Cinderella story drew a lot of scrutiny, with some labeling her an Eastern European mail-order bride, reducing her to a gold digger.
Yeah, that label is particularly interesting when you consider its historical context and the problematic implications it carries, especially for immigrant women striving for success. Diana herself has spoken about this societal judgment, the hurt and dismissiveness it brought.
It definitely adds another layer to understanding her later actions, especially her foray into the world of business. She founded Neuro, a health beverage company, and Empire Entertainment, a music label.
Neuro is particularly fascinating. They marketed these trendy, functional beverages, targeting the health-conscious market, claiming all sorts of benefits. But in 2016, they faced a class action lawsuit alleging misleading claims.
Yeah, and they ended up paying a hefty $500,000 in penalties. It makes you wonder, was this a genuine misstep, or was there a more calculated disregard for consumer well-being in the pursuit of profit, especially considering her significant wealth?
Right. It raises questions about the ethics of marketing in the wellness industry and the responsibility that comes with promoting products with purported health benefits.
And that responsibility seems to be a recurring theme when we look at Diana's philanthropic work. Her foundations have supported causes ranging from AIDS research and human rights to elephant conservation. She even posted bail for the former president of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
The sheer scope and diversity of her giving is impressive. But as we've seen with Diana, there's always another layer to consider. Some see this philanthropy as a calculated attempt to manage her image, especially considering the mail-order bride label that had followed her.
So are these good deeds genuine acts of compassion or strategically crafted PR moves? It's a question that becomes even more perplexing when we consider Room 23.
Ah, yes, Room 23, her 2009 coffee table book featuring provocative photos of celebrities. It was intended to support human rights projects. However, rumors quickly emerged suggesting it was something far more scandalous, a catalog for high-end prostitution.
And she has vehemently denied these claims, calling them fabricated rumors intended to destroy her character. But those rumors have persisted, even though there's no concrete evidence to support them.
Right. It speaks to how quickly a carefully crafted image can be tarnished, especially in the age of online gossip and speculation. It also brings up an interesting point about the court of public opinion. Even when accusations are unfounded, the mere association with them can have a lasting impact.
Absolutely. It's a lot to unpack, and we've barely scratched the surface. There's still her stint on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, her business ventures, and even more controversies to unravel.
So stick with us as we continue this deep dive into the complex and often contradictory world of Sanela Diana Jenkins. Can we separate fact from fiction, genuine altruism from calculated image building? We'll keep digging, and you decide, grifter or gifted. Let's delve a little deeper into Diana's business ventures. We touched on Neuro and those misleading claims, but her entrepreneurial drive extends beyond beverages.
Yeah, you're right. She also founded Empire Entertainment, a music label focused on blending traditional and innovative media approaches. It's kind of fascinating to see how her business moves often mirror her personal life. bold, unconventional, and sometimes shrouded in controversy.
A prime example is her divorce settlement from Roger Jenkins in 2011. It was reported to be one of the largest payouts in UK history, with estimates suggesting Diana walked away with around $150 million.
Whoa, that's an incredible sum. It's hard not to consider how that feeds into the mail-order bride narrative, even though they reportedly maintained a cordial relationship post-divorce.
Absolutely. It highlights how public perception can be so deeply entrenched, even when contradicted by personal details. But what's striking is how Diana didn't simply retreat into a life of leisure. She continued building her empire, investing in real estate, launching a fashion line, always seeking new challenges.
It speaks to a certain relentlessness, wouldn't you say, whether it's ambition or a desire to prove herself or something else entirely.
Precisely. And that same drive is evident in her philanthropic work, which we touched on earlier. Her foundations have supported a wide range of causes, but the question remains, is it genuine altruism, or is there an element of image management at play?
It's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it becomes even more intricate when you consider some of the specific instances of her giving. For example, she posted bail for the former president of Bosnia and Herzegovina, who happened to be a close friend.
Right, that particular act sparked debate, with some suggesting it was more about personal loyalty than a broader commitment to justice or human rights. Similarly, her $1 million donation to the Elton John AIDS Foundation, followed by a lavish party, raised eyebrows about whether the focus was truly on the cause or on generating publicity.
It's almost as if every act of generosity is followed by a wave of skepticism.
Makes you wonder if genuine altruism can even exist when you're operating on a level of wealth and fame where every move is scrutinized and analyzed.
Yeah, it raises a fascinating question about the interplay of wealth, power, and perception. Can good deeds ever be perceived as purely selfless when performed by someone who operates within those circles? Or is there always an element of self-interest, whether conscious or not?
It's a bit of a philosophical conundrum, but it's a question that keeps coming up as we explore Diana's life. And speaking of power dynamics, there's a recurring theme of her surrounding herself with influential figures, celebrities, politicians, business tycoons. It's almost like she's strategically building a network of alliances, constantly solidifying her position within the elite. And when accusations arise, as they often have, she doesn't shy away from aggressive tactics, whether it's lawyering up, threatening legal action, or publicly shaming her critics.
It's a stark contrast to the image of the compassionate philanthropist, isn't it? It makes you wonder if that same ruthlessness extends to other areas of her life.
It's certainly a possibility. And as we head into the final part of this deep dive, we'll explore some of the most recent controversies that have plagued Diana, including the Room 23 rumors resurfacing and her explosive, albeit short-lived, stints on Real Housewives.
Get ready, because things are about to get even more complicated, and the question of grifter or gifted will become even more difficult to answer.
Yeah.
We've explored Diana's business ventures, her philanthropy, and her carefully cultivated network, but there are still some shadows lurking in her story.
Right, and some of these shadows are tied to very serious accusations. As always, it's important to remember that we're examining the information available from various sources, but ultimately it's up to you to form your own conclusions.
Exactly. So let's address the elephant in the room.
Oh.
The rumors surrounding Diana's alleged connection to Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking ring.
Right. These rumors primarily stem from her 2009 coffee table book, Room 23, which we discussed earlier.
Right.
Certain online platforms began circulating claims that the book was actually a front for a high-end prostitution ring, linking Hollywood elites with clients overseas.
And some even went so far as to suggest Diana was acting as a madam for this alleged operation.
Wow.
It's crucial to emphasize that there's absolutely no evidence to substantiate these claims.
Right.
None.
Yeah.
Diana has vehemently denied any involvement with Epstein's crimes, even asserting that these rumors are part of a calculated smear campaign to damage her reputation. She stated publicly that she barely knew Epstein and emphasized her long-standing advocacy for human rights. But despite her denials, those rumors persisted, fueled by the resurfacing of a photo showing Diana with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. It's a stark reminder of how quickly an image can be tarnished even by association, especially in the digital age where information spreads like wildfire.
Absolutely. And it also highlights the power of the court of public opinion, where even unsubstantiated allegations can have lasting consequences. Impacts personal lives, business dealings, and even philanthropic endeavors.
It's like a dark cloud hanging over her, fueled by whispers and speculation. And as if that wasn't enough to navigate, she then steps into the world of Real Housewives, a realm practically built on drama and conflict.
Oh, yeah, and almost immediately she found herself at the center of another controversy.
Of course.
During her short time on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she was accused of orchestrating a racist bot attack against the teenage son of a fellow castmate.
This incident ignited a massive backlash, with many viewers demanding her removal from the show. Diana, of course, denied involvement, claiming she was a victim of cyberbullying herself.
What's interesting is that this accusation came shortly after Diana made some controversial comments about race and privilege on social media. She was criticized for being insensitive and out of touch with the struggles of marginalized communities.
So was this bot attack a consequence of her own missteps, her insensitivity coming back to haunt her? Or was she truly a victim of a malicious online campaign, as she claimed?
It's difficult to say for sure, but what is clear is that this incident, combined with the resurfacing of the Epstein rumors, painted a picture of Diana as ruthless and manipulative, a stark contrast to her philanthropic persona.
And that image seems to have stuck with many viewers. She ultimately left Real Housewives after just one season, leaving behind a legacy of conflict, controversy, and unanswered questions.
So where does all of this leave us in our quest to answer the big question? Visionary or con artist? Have we gathered enough information to make a judgment?
I think what we've discovered is that Diana Jenkins is an incredibly complex individual. She's undeniably brilliant, ambitious, and capable of great generosity. There's no denying the tangible impact her philanthropic work has had.
Yeah, but she's also shown a willingness to play hardball, using her wealth and influence to silence critics and protect her image. And those persistent rumors and allegations, whether true or not, continue to cast a shadow over her accomplishments.
Right. It's a tangled web, a story with multiple, often conflicting narratives. It's like a puzzle with missing pieces, leaving us with more questions than answers.
And I think that's what makes Diana Jenkins such a compelling subject. She forces us to confront the complexities of wealth, power, and perception. She challenges us to examine our own biases and question how we form judgments.
This deep dive hasn't provided a simple answer. Is Diana Jenkins a force for good? Or is she a master manipulator hiding behind a carefully constructed facade?
We've explored the evidence, presented different perspectives, and now it's up to you to decide.
If you're looking for more, we encourage you to delve deeper, explore the sources, and draw your own conclusions, because the enigma of Sanela Diana Jenkins is far from being solved.